Everyone ready to start training? I think that's the time now.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, Christian, could you hear me okay? Do you have service?
Yep, I'm all good.
We were talking about going over objections last night. I think that's a good topic. I want you to be the buyer, and then I want you to call somebody out right now if you could. Maybe someone on your team that you trained, and go over it. Throw them objections and make it very difficult.
Okay. Nick DiNardo, are you there?
I'm here.
So I want to pretend to be a seller, and basically, you and I have had a conversation about selling. I gave you the information, we spoke, and then it gets to the point where I want you to try to get me to sign a listing agreement or talk about the listing agreement. I'm just going to give you a couple of objections, and then you let me know what you just like try to get me to sign, and try to get me to be on board with the agreement.
So you're the potential seller and I'm the broker.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the potential seller.
Okay. All right. What kind of business is it?
Whatever you want. You want to do like a restaurant with the property or something?
Yeah. You know what? Let's mirror something that we have, maybe something that we have close to that's been sitting, or that we've had like some issues with that are pretty common that you and I have discussed.
So I'll be the seller. I told you about the restaurant. And now, you obviously need an agreement to proceed. And I'm not going to critique you. I'll give you some pointers, Mike, if you could also give some pointers as well.
Sure.
And then you just try to close me, basically. Try to get me to be on board with the agreement. I'll start at the end of the conversation. So I'll say, I'll start now. That's my restaurant. It's with the property. You have all the information. If you have a buyer, bring them and we can talk.
Okay. Here's what the typical procedure is for our office, because we're going to make a pretty large investment of time and energy. It's going to go out to the entire office. And we're not real estate brokers per se, where we're going to just put it on MLS and wait for a phone call. We're going to be very active with the marketing, very active with putting it out there. And, obviously foremost is keeping it confidential for the protection of your business. You don't want your employees finding out. You want to keep this as confidential as possible. So in order to do that, what we have to do is get the listing agreement signed, and then we're going to collect all your information, and we're going to move forward with basically getting in front of all the potential issues that could be there, due diligence or questions that buyers might have, right? We want to be responsive, and we want to get that information out there quickly. So the way that we do that is by having you sign the listing agreement. It's protection for you, it's protection for us. And that's our procedure. So why don't we get that sent out to you, and that'll be the next step.
Yeah, to be honest, I just, I wasn't looking to sign anything. If you have a buyer, he's qualified, just bring him, and we could talk.
I mean, that's fine. Obviously we have buyers already. Buyers we have. Those are people that, they want to know that we have exclusivity with your business, that you're not discussing it with multiple other people, and they're just basically showing up to a party full of buyers. And there's no real manner or pipeline for them to get to a deal. And we don't want to waste your time or the buyer's time. And that's why the office and our company wants that listing agreement signed. It's just good procedure on our part. And obviously it commits us to you for a period of time that we're going to be able to get the green light from all the people on our team to really pull the resources and push in to bring you that closing. I know, nobody's really going to work in this sector without anything signed. There's no way for them to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me, send me your agreement. I'll think about it. I'll talk to my wife. What's the term of the agreement?
The term of the agreement's going to be 6 months. And for a property and restaurant deal, you usually get 10%. I'd be happy to meet with you and your wife in person. We could sit down, have a cup of coffee. I can show you some prior sales that we've done, things that are comparable in your area. And you can look at our portfolio. It's the largest, fastest growing business brokerage in the country right now. There's a ton of new people coming on all the time. And I think that if we sit down, or at least we could have a video call, the three of us, that you'll feel more comfortable with the agreement. And if you decide that you want to pause and you don't want to do anything, then you just let us know. But that's going to really activate all the resources of the company to go full strength. And that's what you want, because you don't want to explore this process and do it with 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out, right? Do you agree?
Yeah. It's just, to be honest, I dealt with a broker in the past. He didn't really, he told me that he would have a bunch of buyers, and then I signed up and nothing happened. So, to be honest, I'm just a little hesitant.
I'll tell you this: a lot of brokers are just waiting for it to go out on a website and waiting for a response. We're actively working with private equity firms, venture capitalists, people that are in every type of space. I mean, there's people that are looking for things that we have to go find. If you want a medical marijuana manufacturer, or you want a chain of restaurants, but that's not very typical in the industry. What you have is a lot of people that really don't understand what they're looking at, and they may not really understand your needs. And I know that we do.
Okay. Yeah. Let me, send me your agreement.
Let's do this. How about I send you the agreement? I'll give you a day or so to think it over. Today is Tuesday. I'm going to follow up with you Thursday. Let's get a meeting together, whether it be on video call or in person. I'd be happy to put your mind at ease or do whatever it is. And if you decide after you sign the agreement that you just want to think about it a few more days, you can see how we put things together, and then you can let us know when we should go forward.
Okay. Yes. Send it over to me.
I mean, you do want to sell, right? You want to move on. You had mentioned retiring out of state and potentially moving forward, doing some traveling with your wife. Yes?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean,
and the kids are older. They don't want to run the business, right?
Yeah. No, my son is definitely not gonna
Right.
operate.
I mean, just as well as I do, it's a good time to sell before interest rates rise up anymore. You want to be able to still get to that pool of buyers while they're out there. And I think the best thing here is to just sign the agreement and we'll take that next step forward. What do you say?
Yeah, not a problem. Send it to me.
Okay, let's do it. Sounds good. I'll send it over to the email you provided, correct?
Joe John at gmail.com. That's fine.
All right, perfect. I'm going to send it over and then I'll call you to confirm to make sure you received it. It's going to be in a DocuSign. Very simple. You do it on your phone.
What's the commission? Nick, what's the commission?
Commission's 10%.
It's a little high. Could you do 8? Could you do 7?
I'll tell you what. If we get this signed by the end of the day today, I'll reach out to the CEO of the company. I know he wants to earn your business. I had mentioned to him that this might come available. He mentioned that he might even have 1 or 2 buyers on his deck already. I'm going to call him and see if we can make a concession, a courtesy drop on the commission. How's that?
Okay, and then, I don't want to sell or finance though. I just want to point that out there.
Okay. What we could do is we'll line up our contacts with SBA financing so that we can access a larger pool of buyers that may not have all the cash up front, and we'll make sure that you have 2 years tax returns, correct?
I do, but it's not going to, it shows a loss on my return, so I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, we could dig deeper into your returns, what that losses are. We can pull back some add backs. If we do end up finding a buyer that needs some financing, we'll obviously tell them that there's no seller financing, but we'll push that into the SBA contacts that we have, and we'll see what kind of structure that financing will be available to them. Also, we constantly speak to buyers that have already been through that process and they know what their financing capability is.
Okay, great. You sound great. I appreciate it. We'll get it over.
Okay.
Overall, that was fantastic, Nick. That was
Michael
amazing.
G said, give this guy a gift card to Red Lobster. That was good.